Hello everyone and welcome back to the Loosey Goosies midweek mini.
Midweek mini.
It's
really hard. Midweek mini.
I'm Jonny.
I'm Georgie.
And I'm Sam.
And we're going to pick a subject from the mystical box. Who wants to do the honours?
I'll do one because, yeah.
There you go.
We are talking about... Have you set a timer?
Oh.
How long is it for?
20 minutes.
So I don't know what this is either.
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know which one you picked out either. Yeah.
Let me get timer.
Okay.
Timer.
Are we ready?
And the subject...
Wait, should it be counted down or just going up?
Oh, let's go down.
Okay. Because then it'll be an actual alarm.
What a thrill.
Ready. Set.
And the subject is...
Go.
It is... Is it ever okay to call a baby Keith?
No.
No, over.
Now, generally, I'll say no, but think about all the famous Keiths out there.
Keith Lemon.
Keith Moon.
Ah.
Yeah, lots of famous Keiths. We've stopped at 2.
Oh yeah, any more Keith?
Keith Floyd, the famous drunk chef. Remember him?
Oh,
No.
he was great. Yeah, I
with
loved
the drink
him.
and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, but over the years, Keith has obviously declined into that noise. This noise, Keith.
Keith.
I think Family Guy
like
perpetuated, haven't they? Like
Keith. Yeah, they officially killed it, didn't they?
What?
With that joke.
What was that joke? Yeah, I can't quite remember the scene.
Peter Griffin was breaking into Pewter. What's his name?
his father-in-law,
Yeah.
Peter Schmidt.
Into his safe, and one of the questions to break in was, "What is the worst name on earth on human history?" or something like that. And he thinks about it, and he goes, "Keith," and the doors open.
Yes, amazing.
They
But
really
it's
did
like-
kill it.
It would, yeah. It's kind of weird, isn't it? You see a baby, and you're like, if someone said, "Oh, this is my baby. Her name is Doris," it wouldn't happen. Like, or Beryl. Imagine a baby Beryl.
Yeah, I agree. Or Dot.
Ethel.
No,
Oh
no.
god, that really freaks me out.
That's come back in.
What, Ethel?
Ethel.
No, but you know the
Here's my
child
toddler,
at some
Ethel.
point will literally grow into the name. When they're old,
Yeah.
works. When they're babies, you're like, why
What-
do you
what-
have hair?
But what? So
Why do you have hair?
No, because when you get older, your hair starts to fall out. Then you're like, oh my god, there's Ethel. But when you're young and you have
But
hair, you're
babies
like,
have no hair.
no. But then when it grows, it just doesn't work.
It's the circle of life.
Basically, I want a really old, decrepit person.
who
And then
does
I'm like,
Keith?
there's
Who does
Ethel.
Keith grow into then? I don't know.
Just grows.
A painter and
When,
decorator.
yeah, when
Nothingness.
you think of Keith,
You think of average.
yeah, I'm really
Ooh.
sorry to Keiths out there, but I just have the colour beige.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for Keiths as well. They've been
Yeah.
tarnished, and now
There's a few names that are being tarnished, aren't there? Like
Karen.
Karen's. There's
How
2 at work.
Karen, yes.
So it's really tricky when you're like, all right, Karen, then you realise, oh, Karen's actually stood next to me.
Crying.
although one of the Karens, actually, she's fine with it. She's like, oh, I get it. It's funny. It's fine.
I mean, why can't we just be why can't we just be grown-ups and call them what they are? Sorry, I know you're going to have to edit that out, but... Oh god, I've killed Sam.
It's just like, I've been told off for weeks for putting the F-bomb in there and you come in with that.
Okay, well, I said T, by the way, because I know that has to be bleeped out because, you know,
Yes.
of your delicate ears.
Or if you want to be, if you want to do what my mum does, she was such a see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because it sounds, that word, sorry, I'm going to say it again because you're going to have to cut it out, and Karen sound quite similar. So
Is
it's
it
like,
is it the K's?
yeah, it's the current.
Carl is another one with a K. That's dying out massively.
No, I've got a mate who's Carl.
Yeah, but how old is your mate?
Don't know, 40 something.
Yeah, not a
like
kid
that.
anymore. Yeah, those names are being really phased out for really much more contemporary wacky names. You know, what's Elon Musk's child's name? It's something like EO759 system.
No,
No, honestly.
I watched an interview with him and the journalist behind was literally saying, how is, and he said it out, and Elon was kind of like 2 or 3 times going, what are you talking about? And then he suddenly realised, like, oh, you're talking about my kid. Oh yeah, I really want to bring them along.
Yeah, he's got
a
a math quiz name, doesn't he?
I thought he wasn't allowed it. The United States didn't allow to have
Oh.
numbers as names.
I think that's universal. I don't think it's
Oh,
a
is
number
it?
though. I think it's It's like AE. It's like algebra, basically.
Oh,
It's like AE59. I know. I've just said a number. You literally just told me. By the way, I actually have a family member called Keith, and very ordinary.
It's alright. We're here for you.
Yeah.
Keith Family Support Network.
Poor Keith.
I know. Oh my God, I do feel sorry for Keiths.
I know.
But do you know, it might come back around because
I hope not.
my friend.
I hope not.
Oh, okay, so
Sorry.
her little girl is. Sorry, his little girl.
It's called
I
Keith.
just, no, he's called Keith.
Is she called Keith?
Yes, Keith.
Keithette.
Keithette. Oh, but that's cute, Keithette.
Keitha, surely for a girl, right? Keitha.
Keitha.
It's quite a
Which
nice
actually,
name.
that is like, I think that's Irish, isn't it?
Was it?
Is it real?
Keitha.
Keitha.
Could be. Sounds real.
We're
Anything
making
could
up
be a
names.
name.
Yeah, anything. Wood. I don't know why I said wood.
Flange.
Oh God. Where are we going? Where am I going with this?
You said you have a friend.
Yeah, and his little girl is called Pearl, which
I like the name.
I
Pearl.
think like 10, 15 years ago, you'd be like, Pearl is so old-fashioned. But those types of names are coming back in. So maybe Keith will come back in. Maybe we'll do it.
I don't know, because Keith isn't a classic name as like Ethel is and Pearl, and you know what I mean, like proper old person. Yeah, from like the 30s and 20s, and Keith is.
Yeah,
I don't know where Keith comes from.
Where did it come from?
What, Keith?
Yeah.
Is it short for something?
Shall I have a look?
Kenneth. It's short for Kenneth.
No. Kenneth.
Yeah.
Ken is short for Kenneth.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I thought it was going to be one of those Richard Dick things.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I don't know. How strange.
Well, Sally's a shortened version for Sarah.
What?
I know. How weird is that? I didn't know that until... Well, I did know that actually, but I was surprised when I found out.
Oh, I don't like that. It's too different.
Yeah.
It's too different.
Sarah, Sally.
I know someone who's called their daughter Ripley after Ellen Ripley from Aliens.
That is a little bit cool.
I think
that's a little bit
awesome.
cool.
When
actually.
I first heard
like
that name, I was like, I'm not sure about this, and then I'm very sure now that was the correct,
absolutely,
very brave decision.
Yeah,
Applaud all around.
Ripley,
and they call her Ripple for short.
Oh,
yeah, come on, Ripple. How great is that?
That's an awesome name.
Yeah. Imagine if her name was Keith Ripley.
Keith Ripley
Instead of Ellen Ripley. Keith Ripley. Sigourney Weaver is Keith.
Right, no. Immediately, I'm like, I actually quite like the name Keith now. Like, well, that did something. I was like, ooh,
maybe
Keith
that's it.
Ripley.
Yeah. Maybe
and I immediately had the image of Ripley like with her
in panties with a flamethrower. Yes. Oh, with that little crop top and panties.
Get off her, you bitch! And what did she say?
Yeah, get away from her, you bitch!
Get away from her, you bitch! I think, I had a full moment watching that. I was like,
yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, you check the ventilation shaft, I'll check the corridor.
Okay, I'll do anything you want. I'll do anything you want.
Little Alice fleck you're putting in there.
Yeah, I know. I love saying it with a Bristolian accent.
Bristow. Keith Ripley.
Keith Ripley.
Right, a boy.
Alright, my love. I like a bit of Keith Ripley, innit?
Some aliens around here.
What's this? Oh, look at these eggs. They make a great, lovely omelette. I can't do it. So recently I pissed off Leeds, or whole of Leeds. Sorry, Leeds again. And Keith, and the whole now of the West Country. Sorry.
By the way, if any Keiths do listen, just let us know.
Yeah.
How is your life? What kind of... How is your life? What kind of reaction do you get from people? Do you get people come at you?
Do you need support?
Is there a Keith club?
Please, let there be a Keith club.
If there's not, we'll start a Keith club.
We're going to start a Keith club
Oh my
for
God.
you guys.
Let's rename the podcast The Keith Club.
The Keithy Weethy.
The Keithy Weethies. I love it.
Oh no. I think the problem with Keith's is there's not enough cool Keiths out there.
I'm going to change my name to Keith. I could be cool.
Keith.
Keith. Oh, and he said my surname. It would go with my
Keith
surname.
Beep.
Yeah.
Keith Beep.
Keith Beep.
I do like the Keefy Weefies though. Oh.
No, but it almost sounds like you're saying like queef.
Queef. That's what. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Which is, oh my god,
queefy
which is
weefies.
queef is a female fanny fart.
Yeah.
A female fanny fart.
I guess a Keith is a male fanny fart. I don't know.
Oh, just a fart. Then. Yeah, I didn't actually know that was that.
What, a queef?
A queef was called a queef.
Yeah.
I just thought it was...
Didn't you find that on one of these podcasts?
I did, yeah. I thought it was just a fanny fart. And it is the most embarrassing thing that can happen. It's just like, I'm so sorry.
I quite like that we've got... See, this is the power of Keith. We've gone from Keith to queef.
Yeah, maybe that's
Power of
why...
Keith.
When I think about queef, doesn't kind of gross me out or anything like that, but Keith does.
Sorry, it's becoming more insulting.
No, I'm trying.
You prefer a queef to Keith?
No, just the idea of one, okay?
Yeah.
If I had that in a room, okay, if I was faced with a queef...
Or Keith.
Or a Keith, I think I'd rather be with a queef.
Or quiche.
I like quiche.
Yeah.
I like quiche.
I wonder what it is. I think K words beginning with K or have a lot of K's in there are... I don't know, a K is quite jagged.
In there. I mean, there's only one K.
It's jagged.
Yeah.
It looks jagged. It looks like it's going to eat you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look... Yeah, I can see that.
K's are quite aggressive, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like a Pac-Man stuck to a wall. Yeah. Like, if you look at the way... Oh, my God.
Something with his legs up. I don't know. It's the K, I think. It's a bit aggressive, isn't it?
Kicking Keith. Karate kicking Keith.
Yeah, kink. That's
a good word, though.
Kink. Yeah.
Kinky.
Oh,
Kinky
God.
Boots, legendary film.
Yeah. I mean, how do you solve a problem like Keith then? What do we...
To stop naming them.
Well, they have. I think they pretty much have. I mean, who is naming their children Keith? I'd like to meet a child called Keith. To put the visual with the... I don't know what I'm trying to say, you know. This child's called Keith, and I'll look at that child and go, right.
You are a Keith.
You're a Keith, and I'm now taking you in. Not like that.
I have a little number for you.
Go on.
Okay.
In 2020, I don't know whether this is the UK or it must be the UK. In 2020, how many babies were called Keith?
3.
7.
You're both really close.
No!
Really?
2.
5.
The power of Keith.
Just 5. The lowest
in the
ever
UK,
figure
just
for the
5.
name. Despite a ranking in the top 50 between the 30s and 70s.
Oh, I'm never going to meet a child called Keith, am I? Just so I can, marry the two images together.
Sorry, Sam.
Sorry.
Well,
I'm marrying Keith. But to marry the two together, a little child.
Hang on a minute, you're
going
going to marry me if you're going to marry Keith.
No.
You bastard.
No, I would never marry Keith. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Keith's out there.
I'm leaving.
You're out.
Keith and Jonny.
Just 5.
Just 5.
Wow. I mean, I was going to say that's quite a brave choice, but now I'm thinking, oh.
But do you know what? I actually met a child. It wasn't called Keith. He was called Spike. And I was like, my friend was like, oh,
Okay.
my friend has named her child Spike. And I was like, Spike? Wow, that's quite brave. I met this kid and it looked like a spike.
Well,
like, I mean,
very
like,
pointy.
As in like a pointed
No,
thing
no, no.
or
was gelled
spiked
into a
feet?
cone.
No, he just looked like he that was his name. Like it.
Do you have like blonde slicked hair?
He suited it so he was round, the roundest potato
Yeah.
baby you've ever met in your life. He looked like a Cabbage Patch Kid, and he had bright ginger hair that went up into a spike.
Oh wow!
So he looked like a spike.
How old is he?
Oh, he is now 18.
Right.
And he's my godson's friend. And I met him the other day as an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
And he's super cool. He's like a skater kid. And
Oh
he's
my
like,
God.
yeah, my name's Spike. And
So,
I'm like,
is
he
that not
grew
proof that you grew into your name?
Spike, yeah.
Yeah, is that not proof that your name defines you?
Yeah,
somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat. He's a little bit cool, actually. I was like, I kind of want to be you, I think. I'm
Oh,
not really
Keith.
sure.
I just feel down now about Keith.
Oh, come on. We're all come on, we
need a cool Keith.
We need cool Keith.
Do you know what? I'm going to champion the underdog and say we just need a couple of cool Keiths out there just to, bolster the other Keiths.
I mean, I hope some of you Keiths have made it this far. I don't know, I'm completely insulted.
And haven't just thrown their laptop or whatever device you are.
Someone's already feeling delicate. They're just
oh, sorry, edit that out.
It's like Keith phobia. Keith phobic.
I think there is a phobia for Keiths.
Yeah, probably. With this us.
It's us.
Who? No, you can't tell. I didn't write this. By the
I
way.
wrote that.
That was you,
He was
Jonny.
throwing all the Keiths under the bus.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Is it ever okay then? It's not, right, everyone knows that the name Keith is not very good, right? So is it still okay, knowing that, to name a child Keith?
Well, do you know who you need to ask?
Someone who's
Those
named their
5
child
people,
Keith.
why did you call your child Keith? Like, what is it about the name Keith?
Do you think that'd be a bit rude if I knocked on their door?
We've got to find them first.
Oh God, this could be like our first YouTube video. Us finding the Keiths of 2020.
Trawling through the UK, knocking on doors. Do you know a Keith?
Do you need help?
Is he cool with a K? Do you need help?
Do we need to call social services on the parent?
Oh my God. See, I would say I don't think it's right to call a child Keith, but it's up to you.
Do you think that they might have been named after like family members? You keep names in the family.
Yeah.
Yes, because my father's middle name, I think, is Keith. Yes.
How many did he have?
And that goes back quite a few generations.
Is he okay?
Wow.
Oh, so we do.
He does have
know to Keith.
No, my granddad is actually called Keith, and he's very ordinary. He's a painter and decorator.
That's why, hence the patron decorator you said at the beginning.
Yeah, he's very ordinary.
So actually,
very nice
do you
guy,
think this
but
is
just very
personal
ordinary.
to you then? Because your grandfather is called Keith.
Do you know? It's funny.
Is this the gangster granddad?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's cool. He likes.
Well, no, his wife. No, his wife looks like a gangster's. Could be a gangster's wife.
Okay.
She's like
big
mafia queen.
beehive, fur coat, dripping in gold jewellery.
Yeah.
Loves Egypt.
Man.
Yeah, big Jackie Onassis glasses. She's very.
He's practically the same, just with the walker.
Yes. Yeah. She
Well,
is.
to be fair,
she's got gold teeth as well.
Yeah. His name's Keith, and he managed to bag that. So
Bag that.
Sorry, Granny.
Hitting Gran up, yeah.
Like, she sounds pretty cool.
But whenever I think of Keith, because I never called him Keith. He's an adult in my family. He's Grandad, so I never think Grandad's called Keith. I think of all the other Keiths out there, and I'm like,
when did you first realise you had an issue with Keiths?
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with Keith. I just think it's an extraordinary boring name that holds people back. Much like Karen holds people back nowadays.
Yeah, is it okay to call your kid Karen?
I don't think it is anymore.
Karen.
If you've been around for
sorry.
If you've been around for the last decade, you know what Karen is, and you should not name your child that.
Yeah.
Agree.
But again, with the Family Guy episode, which came out, because that's a very famous episode.
6 years ago now, that one must have come out.
So
I think they officially, because Family Guy is such pop culture, it's right up there. Mm-hmm. And I think they officially put the nails in the coffin.
Yeah.
Gone. That name is dead. Yeah. Yeah, so I would say don't name your child Keith. Think outside the box.
Okay, so have we answered the question? You say, no, it's not okay.
But do what you want. Don't let me dictate to you.
No.
I'm just Jonny.
I mean, I was the first one to say, no, I don't think it's okay either. It's just
okay.
just not a
You're not helping
name.
a child out.
Yeah, that's not
do you know what? I'm going to go completely against what you guys have said. Do you name your kid Keith? Because they're going to be really easy to find. So I just said it. I said a naughty word again.
Naughty
For once,
Keith.
it isn't me.
You're channeling Keith.
Keith!
Do you know what?
Am I going to bleep out the word Keith?
I don't particularly want children. I don't know. I haven't really made my mind up. If my partner wants a child, I'll support them as much as I possibly can. But
Keith is not up there for you.
no, I think I'm going just to piss you off. I'm going to make sure it's the coolest Keith ever lived.
It's not possible.
Just to literally.
It's not possible.
Sorry. I'm sticking 2 fingers up at Jonny and Sam. Both of you.
I mean, I'm just not fond of the name. Jonny has the problem.
I know. Oh my god! I feel like. Oh my god! This is some sort of.
Or maybe I'm not. Maybe
Keithism.
Oh my god!
I know you know how I hate an ism. I hate an ism.
Oh god!
Keithism.
Do you still want to name your child Keith?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Oh my god!
Keith Ripley. Keith Ripley.
No, Ripley. Yeah. Oh.
Ripley Keith.
No, Keith Ripley.
No, it has to be. No, the full name is Sigourney Weaver is
Keith
Ripley.
Ripley.
Otherwise, Keith Ripley sounds naff.
Ripley.
Keith Wibley. You have to have Sigourney in there. And with that, I think we're out of time.
We're out.
Woo! Sorry, Keith.
Sorry, Keith.
Sorry,
Bye,
bye.
Keith. We love you, really.
Thanks for listening to the Loosey Goosies. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and all those other lovely things. See you next time.